Good evening. Happy Friday night to everyone. I hope you're having a good Friday night. So I just wanted to express, I came across a video this evening that was talked about with the reveals that I did with Kimberly McGeorge. And when I listened to it, and I was mentioned in it and mentioned throughout it, not my name very much, but I knew what this person was talking about. And I don't really want to say his name or what video it is because of the fact that he has commented on my video, and I listened to it, and I'm definitely not a victim in this. I bought into it. That was my calling. Looking back, I was used for a lot of my psychic abilities. I was love bombed into doing it, and I allowed it. I take full responsibility. I'm embarrassed about it. And I can't see anything that this person talked about being wrong. And if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't have done them. I didn't start out to be doing those. I enjoyed being on video with her, and I had taken classes with her, not to be groomed for a cult, or not cult tactics is what he called it. And in all due respect, him talking about these cult tactics, he's absolutely right. When you see the pattern, the separation, and granted, not everybody that goes on YouTube is authentic. We all know that. They don't always tell truth. They might also, a lot of them have agendas, and then some don't have agendas. And they're perfectly authentic and come from the heart and want to help people generally and not bash them, which is basically what we were doing, was bashing. And yeah, some of it was true about some. And I didn't really, if you watched any of our videos, I really didn't speak a whole lot. She spoke a lot, but it doesn't matter. I still was there. I still, took part in it, still took part in it, basically. And, this is what happens. And I didn't really want to keep talking about this until I saw this video, and I'm like, oh God, this is terrible. You can get taken energetically into situations so quickly if you're not, and I'm not saying I wasn't solid in myself, but I allowed myself to go to do this. And it didn't always feel good doing it. And, it wasn't fair. I don't think it was fair to a lot of people. There were some that I was friends with that now I am not friends with anymore because of it. And now I can see how, with the way of with the reveals, how her tactics were to separate, to isolate, to discredit. And it is part of, and the fear, and also the fear. Like I said, it didn't seem like that in the beginning, but as time went on, now that I look at it, there is a lot of signs and patterns of cultism, whatever you want to call it. you know, the, you know, just separating of groups of people. And, you know, I spent a lot of my spiritual journey alone. I have joined some groups, not for a long period of time. And it's nice to be with, and I love being amongst like-minded, and I did meet a lot of great people, you know, through this whole process that I am able to share. Not with all, you know, some, like I said, are still involved with whatever she is doing, and I'm not going to go into what she's doing because we all know what she's doing or trying to do. I'm glad I got out of it. But, you know, looking at this video tonight, I'm like, whoa, I was looking from a whole different perspective. And I guess I can call it a learning experience. A learning, you know, I'm not the same person now that I was then. I can see how, you know, I can see from a whole different perspective is what I want to say. And the other side of things too. So I just need for my healing to express that, and that I'm not making excuses for myself at all. I'm taking full responsibility. And if I had to do it over again, like I said, I never would have done it. I see how it can be harmful. And it definitely was and I didn't see it. You know, those tactics of creating a cult. So I guess I just wanted to express that into anyone that I have hurt in any way. I'm really, really sorry. I got, you know, energetically sucked in, basically. Sucked in to the whole thing, and it's not me. You know, you want to believe everybody has, you know, their heart is in it for others and for humanity. And I think it's just because it got worse along the way. And this video was done like towards the end, like I think the video was marked 2 months ago, when when it was done. And that's when I noticed there was a lot of changes. And like I said, whether it's AI, I think it's AI, definitely AI connection, whether it's ChatGPT or any of that. And, you know, like, I would stay very away from all that stuff, definitely. And from what I understand, you can learn anything about yourself or anyone through that. Versus that wasn't how I was operating. I was not operating through any of that. I was just using my abilities when I was able to speak, which wasn't very often. And, you know, I mostly manned the chat and helped out and said a few things here and there. But like I said, I still took part in it. I still was there. And it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right at all. And now seeing how she's acting now and what she is like now is very embarrassing for me, that I would even associate myself with somebody like that. So anyway, hats off to the one that did the video, and rightfully so, you know, it definitely showed a pattern for me of where she's at now. And it makes sense to me how she changed so quickly. And like I said, she was very nice to me a lot of the time, most of the time, except for towards the end. And now I can see what happened to her. And it can happen to anyone. You just need to be very, very, very careful and aware at all times of your surroundings and what's going on with you inside. So it's an eye-opener for me. And I'm glad I watched the video. At first I was like, what? It's my name? I'm like, oh my God, wow. But I needed to listen to it. I really needed to listen to it to see the other side. And I get it. You know, I get it. And I get the whole thing now. I didn't understand it in the beginning. And like I said, we put ourselves in situations. I don't think any of us are victims here. We have learning experiences we go through. And this was a huge one for me. A very huge one. And luckily I have been able to connect with and have really, really close friends that understand. And I wish all this was pointed out to me before it got so bad. But when you're caught up in it, like I said, you know, you don't always see it, or maybe won't listen about it. But anyway, well, thank you for listening. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your Friday evening. And thank you very much. Bye.